In the tumultuous summer of 2020, during a racial protest, in the town of Birmingham, Alabama, a Confederate monument was overturned. Protesters discovered beneath it lie a buried manuscript entitled, The Book of Lucifer. The Book of Lucifer is an account of famous historical religious stories as retold by Satan, aka Lucifer Jehovason. The volumes contained herein are highly controversial, and it is advised that the weak at heart steer clear from it. Skilled literary professor, Lord Cain de Wilkes, will read excerpts while also including interviews and testimonies of people whose lives have been forever changed by this book. Lucifer insists that both God and Jesus are the actual villains of the Bible. Lucifer claims that's Jesus, who he acknowledges as his younger adopted brother, and God, both hate most humans, especially children. What follows is Lucifer's controversial retelling of a story in the Bible he has named, Suffer the Little Children.
Suffer the little children. When I first heard this, I thought, oh great, here we are once again. It is Jesus, that old artless, barren-spirited measle. He was trying to hurt kids, after beating their parents in the temple with a whip. I had prejudicedly assumed him to inherit the most toxic and foul of our father's traits. Dearest reader, you may find it engaging to see that God has not always been pro-life, as they say. Many years ago, in the age of illiteracy, there was a town north of Jerusalem called Luz, a city that liars renamed Bethel. The city of Luz was a spiritual community. They worshipped a god who was known as the King of Kings and the God of Gods, and his name was Baal. But there was a foolish prophet named Elisha. Elisha saw Elijah murder the prophets of Baal. But Elisha was not satisfied, for he wanted to kill everyone who didn't believe the same way that he did.
God, all I ask is that you make me twice as powerful as the most powerful man in the world, right now, so that more people can believe in you, of course. Yeah.
He asked God to give him a double portion of the prophet Elijah's power, to spill twice as much blood.
Do you plan to preach my word to the heathen and increase our numbers?
Oh, well, I plan to kill heathens, and I thought we could increase our numbers that way, you know.
I like the way you think. Let's do this.
So Elisha, who had aged poorly like a child celebrity, marched boldly into the city of Baal to threaten Baal's people with the good news of Jehovah's wrath. On the way to the village, Elisha encountered a school, and he made his way to the playground. All of the small children in the village were there, loving, learning, and praising Baal. All 42 of them.
Listen to the birds sing! Oh, it is a lovely song! I wonder what they're all singing about. They are singing praise to Baal! All animals praise Baal!
You shall not pass that off as truth, you pagan child.
What a wrinkled old man! He is so old the gods have forgotten he was still here. He is so old, his tattoos is in hieroglyphics.
How dare you mock me, you pagan heathens? You will rue the day.
He's so old, when he was young, the Dead Sea was still alive.
You will rue this day. I will climb the mountain and I will tell God to smite ye.
Good thing you don't have any hair to slow you down.
Elisha, being a grown man, an adult, a grounded prophet of the Lord, responded not with the winking of an eye in their ignorance, but with raging hate.
Forsooth, children.
Which loosely translates into,
Listen up, you little turds. I curse your prepubescent souls to death in the name of Jehovah.
having already killed his own son, have no self-delusion that he might spare yours, But these kids were really letting the prophet of the Lord have it, as it were.
You don't have to tell your God. You're so bold you can see what's on your mind.
Elisha, being in no possession of a combat, cried out most unheroically to God.
God, these kids mocketh me, and I want them dead.
Okay, kill him.
I really didn't want to get my holy hands dirty on their little filthy blood, their little peasant blood.
Okay, what if I do it indirectly? Like I send some wild bears?
Can't you just strike them down, Lord?
Of course, just like I did your hair.
Wait, you little heathens can hear the voice of God?
Well, it doesn't matter anymore.
God sent she-bears, which I'm pretty sure are just female bears, to maul 42 children in the village to death. Stomping out the problem of the non-believer at the root. What's the point? Well, I'll put it to you like this. Since God is so into mercy killing, why don't we all do the responsible thing and pull the plug on him? Let's be honest about this situation with Elisha. Number one, these children posed no physical threat to him. No rocks were being tossed. The scripture does not imply that they were armed with anything other than sharp insults that did pierce the fragile ego of the prophet Elisha. And at no point did the children represent a threat to his physical well-being. This was not a gang of armed thugs, just naughty children. Number two, they grossly disrespected the prophet. Yes, but most dictionaries agree that a prophet is a person who receives a divine message and speaks to the other human beings on behalf of a deity. Was the only message God had for these children death? Could their young minds not have been easily brainwashed and converted to serve Jehovah in place of Baal? Dearest reader, think of a person who is being called a prophet in your modern day and times. A big famous one that everyone would know by either name or face. Now ask yourself, how would the people respond to the same prophet if he or she were responsible for the death of an entire village's youth? Every young person in the city died because of them. What a marvelous conversion it could have been if Elisha had only slain the she-bears and saved the children. Just imagine how grateful the parents would have been to the new God and his prophet. But no, why was God even involved?
Because they disrespected me.
How? How were you disrespected?
They mocked my prophet, so they mocked me.
Oh, so you can forgive David for adultery and murder and his intimate relationship with Jonathan. But these kids crossed the line with jokes, sir? Jehovah, please,